we're here with West Jessamine head coach, Coach Scott Marsh. Coach, man, a big season you having, good season this season, Coach. Did you see this coming when the season started?
Well, we knew that we had a lot of pieces to replace, but we also knew that we felt like we had pretty good chemistry. We felt like we've got a group of kids that really worked hard in the offseason in the weight room. We felt like we'd be a stronger, more physical team this year. We knew that we were going to have to kind of reinvent philosophically how we did things, not necessarily what we do, but how we did them. On a Friday night, but yeah, we were very hopeful. You never really know until the ball goes in the air, and we were a little banged up early on, so we took some lumps that I think in the long run were good for us. But we were hopeful that we could kind of get to this point in the season.
Now, Gabriel seems to have literally came out of nowhere. Did you know that he was capable of all of this?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a young man that, when I got here a few years ago, he was an eighth grader. And so he's kind of been in our system for, from day one. And, he actually, as a sophomore last year, he started at receiver for us, so he's a good enough athlete to where we couldn't keep him off the field, and by the end of the season, he was a heck of a receiver, even though he'd never played that position before, so he's just a really, really good athlete. And we knew that, that he was capable of doing some really neat things. Like with any quarterback, though, I think you have to, you can do all the, all the film work, all the meeting, all the practice with a quarterback, but a quarterback's got to get in game situations. He's got to play. He's got to get under the lights. He's got to make those decisions in real time. And so his growth has been really cool to see now that he's kind of settled in and become the starter for us.
All right, Coach. Now, I know coming into the season, I know a strength of the team was going to be the offensive line. Mm-hmm. They have produced. How have you felt about this unit this season, Coach?
Well, we're starting to come along. We're really banged up early on. We lost. At one point we were down 3 starters for a couple weeks, and 2 of them were seniors, and we're starting to get healthy again. And really even the last couple weeks, the offensive line is so unique because it's such a it's a team within a team, right? It's a collective of 5, that are kind of operating independently of the other kids on the field, right? So, even though we had a lot of experience coming back, some of those guys were banged up. So, fitting them back in there, and it took a couple weeks for the communication and things to come along. But I'll tell you, we feel like we're playing really physically, and at this point in the year, and if you're playing physically up front, we're not playing perfect, but we're playing really physical, and we're getting movement. And we feel like if we can do that, then you got a chance to keep yourself in just about every game.
All right, Coach. East-West week, rivalry week, always a big week there. How's things going this week for you, and what's it going to take to get this win, Coach?
Yeah, it's going well. We have a unique schedule in that we had fall break last week, and we didn't have a game, so I don't know whether that's good or bad. We'll find out, because they've been able to continue to play, and we're coming off of an off week, so you never know how those things go. You hope for the best, but hopefully we're refreshed and have some legs underneath of us and that sort of thing. This is always this has been a really, really neat game to be a part of for the last 3 years. And they're a different team than what they have been the last couple of years, and we're a different team than what we've been the last couple of years also. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes, because it's a lot of kids on the field in positions that have not been in this game before, right? So, like any rivalry, it takes a minute for the kids to settle down, kind of get their emotions under control. And the first half, sometimes first quarter, can look really ugly, because these kids are dealing with all these anxieties, so I think kind of whichever team can kind of put that behind them and settle down and just kind of execute and play football, because we're pretty evenly matched.
Yeah. Well, Coach, now I know just kind of, as far as the season goes, you're looking like a favorite for the district and all of that. What's the expectations for the remainder of the season for your West Jessamine Colts?
Well, listen, I'm going to give you the biggest cliche in the earth and tell you that we've got to take it one week at a time. But honestly, I feel like if any coach in our district were sitting here talking to you, Thomas, I feel like they'd say the same thing. Is all of us, I think, feel like we have a chance to win it. And I think all of us probably feel like if we don't play our best on a Friday night, put the ball on the ground a time or two, bust a couple coverages, something like that. I feel like all of us probably feel like we have a chance to lose one as well. So the margin of error for all of us, all four of us in this district, is really, really thin. I think we're all fairly evenly matched. So we can't get. We want to talk about, hey, let's have an opportunity to win a district championship, but at the same time, you can't put the cart in front of the horse too much. Thankfully, with our kids this week and the magnitude of the game that we're playing in a rivalry, I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Yes. All right, Coach. So how have you enjoyed your stay here so far, West Jessamine?
It's been great. It's been great. I think it's been a learning experience on both ends. It's been a learning experience for me. Anytime you get in a new environment, there's things to learn and things to adapt to. And I think in a lot of regards, it's made me a better coach for having to deal with, every place has its strengths and has its obstacles, right? And I think I'm in my 28th year, and you never have it all figured out, right? So we're settling in here, and some of these obstacles that I've faced here at West have made me better. It's made me have to overcome and adapt some things, that I hadn't had to in the past, which is, growth is good. The administration here, I can't say enough about them. Super supportive, awesome people. The community has just been absolutely wonderful. So in that regard, it's I can't say enough about the people here.
All right, Coach. Well, we just wanted to check in on the Colts and see how things was going. Wish you the best of luck in your game Friday, and keep doing big things, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, good luck, Coach.